crimes that 9 times out of 10 haven't even been proven to have been committed. But more than that, the death penalty itself is a weapon of mass destruction against the black community. And but not just the death penalty, but the prison system as a whole. And the reality is that we reject any claim from this government that African people are criminals when it is in fact the U.S. government that's been committing crimes of genocide against black people, against the indigenous people right here in North America, the so-called Indians and Mexicans, against the people of Iraq, Afghanistan, and around the world. Who the hell is the state of Georgia or the U.S. government to call anybody a criminal while they commit crimes of genocide against the people around the world? So we reject, for us, it's not even a question of whether or not Troy Davis is innocent or not. We say Troy Davis must be free because the prison system exists as an instrument to oppress and exploitable oppress our black community inside this country and around the world. And that's our demand. Yeah. But more than that, I want us to understand that the struggle to free Troy Davis must be connected to the overall struggle of free African people who have held captive here in the U.S. for the last 400 years. As we were holding the demonstration, I was watching, many of you may have noticed, there was about 50 cops and bicycles that were just gathered right there. And those police then took their bicycles and started riding around this area, and those are the same cops who this so-called mayor has marched against black youth in the city of Philadelphia to uphold this anti-democratic, draconian, racist, so-called curfew, which is designed to protect the votes only of the white community, particularly that exists in University City, Center City, and other wealthy areas of the city. And I say that in this body because that has everything to do with the real death penalty that is not only being imposed on Troy Davis, but the fact is that if you are black in America, then you are on death row. Whether you're in the prison or whether you are in the ghetto. We experience a death penalty from the time we come out of our mother's womb. And this has been the relationship that we have had with this government for the last 400 years. And so we say, end the death penalty. It is an unjust law. But we also say, down with this colonial prison system. And we say, not only that, stop the war on the African community as a whole. We say, stop the war against the people of Iraq, Afghanistan, and people around the world. We also say that Barack Obama cannot represent the interests of the oppressed people here in the U.S. As well as he carries out these wars of oppression against the oppressed people around the world. And here I feel this country got a black president, a black mayor, and perhaps you may even have 2% of the judicial system being black people. And I don't believe that Clarence Thomas being a representative of the judicial system means anything positive to my people and oppressed people around the world. What we need is self-determination. African people have a right to be in control of our own courts, of our own police, and our own government to determine what wrong good is. Because at the end of the day, what they call law is simply the rule or the opinion of those who have power. That's what the law is, right? And that's why during the time of slavery, if you were born away, you were accused of breaking the law. Because the law was the opinion of the slave master. And today, we have the same prison system and court system that represents the policy and the opinion of those who have power, of the descendants of the slave master. And so in our view, it's not good enough. It's not enough just to prove to a court of law how Troy Davis didn't get the law. The real question again is the seizure of power of oppressed people, whether we are African or oppressed people around the world. So this is part of what we have to raise up as we say, free Troy Davis. And I want to encourage everybody who is here. If we are honest and we really believe in justice and freedom, then we will stand and support and unity with the struggle against imperialism, against this war zone, plus people are going to battle. We necessarily stop the war, and we say victory to the oppressed people of all the world. We say victory to the Afghani people. We say victory to the Iraqi people. We say victory to the oppressed African community. All power to the people, but power to the African community.
Vote them out. Long live revolution.
Long live revolution.
To deal with the issue of Troy Davis, you got to go back to the root on how it happened. Not only Troy Davis, but a lot of black men and youth that have been killed on death row. You got to go back to when in the Washington newspaper they stated, is it right to kill an innocent person? You understand what I'm saying? The question from the Supreme Court was, is it right to kill an innocent person? I'm saying we should have been outraged. We should have turned that place upside down. What the hell are they to say to the community? Is it right to kill an innocent person? But behind the fact that we didn't stand up and do the rest that we were supposed to do, up in that Supreme Court and demand, what kind of damn question, is it right to kill an innocent person? Then that we did nothing, some of us, majority of us did nothing. They turned around and said, yes, it's right to kill an innocent person as long as the innocent person had a fair trial. The brother who had the Innocent Project had this information. There was a case called